Alright guys, welcome back. So, today we are going to be talking about the Trinity Force accessories that you see here on my Spikes tactical rifle. Now, I've done a few videos with this stuff already. I did a video when they first came in showing you guys sort of up close what they looked like and all that. And then I also did a video when I installed all these parts. But today, I'm going to give you guys sort of my opinions on how all of these parts and accessories and stuff have held up for me. Ever since I did those first videos, I've been taking this thing out to the range as many times as I can. I've put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds through this thing, getting it really hot, letting it cool down, you know, mag dump after mag dump, just seeing how this stuff was gonna hold up with the heat and all that different type of stuff. And the footage you've probably seen before this part was the last 100 rounds that I put through it at the range. And so yeah, I think I'm ready to give you guys my honest opinions on all of these different parts. Now, the Trinity Force parts are more or less for the more budget-minded. They are more economical parts, I guess you could say. That they're not nearly as expensive than some of the other major companies out there on the market. So I know that would, you know, get a lot of people's interest that aren't wanting to spend a whole lot of money or don't have a whole lot of money to spend, and you know, they see these parts for these certain prices, and you know, maybe they're wondering how they would hold up, if it's going to be worth their money, and all that stuff. So that's what I'm going to try to explain today in this video. Now, every time I go to talk about one of these parts, I'll put the price of it, the current price from Optics Planet, up in the corner, so you guys know exactly what each one of these parts cost, and that way you get an idea on what it would cost to kind of deck a rifle out, kind of like you see it here. So let's start off at the back and we'll work our way forward. The first thing we're going to take a look at is this Alpha stock. And overall, I guess, you know, my experience with this stock, it's been a very good stock for me. You can tell me it has a very good look to it. I guess the only thing I can say negative about it right off the front, or right off the bat, is that when I first put it on here, it did wobble. It had a decent amount of wobble to it on my extension too, but you know, as you can see, it does have a little bit still. But what I did was on the inside of the stock right here at the end, I put a little sticky felt pad on there, and it really did tighten it up quite a bit. Now, I know the wobbliness of the stock is not a big deal. It's not going to hurt anything, but it did bother me. I don't like when my stocks are loose, so that's why I did that. But you know, if it's something that bothers you, it's a really easy fix, especially for the cost of this stock. I think it's around $30 for this stock, but again, I'll have an annotation up above so you guys know for sure. But that's really the only knock I have on it. It does have QD sockets here on the back on both sides. If you want to run your QD sling on there, you can. It does have your standard slots for your standard slings. The back butt pad has worked really well, very comfortable, has these nice deep ridges, so it can, you know, it sticks in your shoulder and it's not going to move around on you at all. And then the top of it also has this rubber material on it, so up on your cheek, it does give you a nice comfortable feel. So overall, I think, especially for the money, that the Alpha stock is a great option. You know, easy to make the adjustments on it. It's just an overall really good stock, like I said, especially for the money. So the next thing we're going to look at is this skeletonized grip. This is the A2 style. As you can probably tell, it does resemble the standard A2 style grip. Now, this one is an all metal grip, and it actually came, I got them right here, with these panel inserts on it, and I took them out to give it that skeletonized look, but you can put them back in there to give you a little bit of a rubber texture on it. But I thought it looked pretty cool skeletonized, so I left it that way. And overall, I mean, it works out really well. I wasn't sure how I was going to like it being a, you know, an aluminum all metal hard pistol grip, but you know, like I said, many times out at the range, haven't had any issues with it. It's been very comfortable, and it's worked out really well. And like I said, it looks really cool being skeletonized like that. You know, never has come loose or anything like that. Now, if you've been watching the channel any amount, I have been switching over to the more reduced grip angle grips like the Magpul K2. I've kind of moved away from these steeper angle grips, but still, it's worked out really well, and I really do like the pistol grip, especially the cool way it's skeletonized and all that. So let's move up to the front to the next skeletonized piece, and that's this little hand stop or forward grip or whatever you want to call it. And this is actually the one part that I'm going to have to say something negative about. I don't really care for it. And although it does look really cool, and it does look cool having both the skeletonized parts on there, it's somewhat comfortable using it. It does work okay as far as use goes, but every time that I've gone to the range with this thing, the screws that hold this thing on up in here have come loose within the first couple magazines, and almost to the point where they're going to fall out within the first mag or two, maybe 3 mags. This thing works its way right loose and wants to fall off. Now, I don't know if it's just my copy of this. I don't know if maybe my hardware is maybe machined wrong or something like that, but I know Codaboy32 has some of these accessories on his AR as well, and as of yet I haven't heard him say anything about his working its way loose, so I don't know if, like I said, maybe it's just my copy, so it has something wrong with it or whatever, but I don't really care for it. I would change it out for something different, but I mean, it does look cool and all that, but I don't really care for it. So moving on to sort of, I guess, the main attraction, and that is this 15-inch key mod handguard. And like I said, I've taken this thing out, put a lot of rounds through it, got this thing super hot, and it's held up excellent. I mean, this thing is still as rock solid as the day we installed it, and the finish is still great. There's nothing wrong with this handguard at all. It is the key mod. I know there's a lot of debate on which one is better, the M-LOK versus key mod. I tend to prefer the M-LOK a little bit more, but don't really have anything negative to say about the key mod per se. I just tend to lean towards the M-LOK a little bit, but it's worked out excellent. Now, I know I've seen some reports out there that I think it was just on the Gen 1s, not the Gen 2s like this one is, but people were saying that they got dents in theirs when they were beating it around on something, and the finish started to scrape off. But I didn't take this thing out and drag it behind trucks or drop it out of trees or drop it on concrete or anything like that. I just went out and put it through normal use, getting it hot, shooting the gun, and all that stuff, and it's held up great. The finish is still perfect. No dents, no scratches, no dings, nothing like that. It stayed rock solid. So I think that this 15-inch key mod handguard from Trinity Force is an excellent option, again, especially at the price. I think that this thing comes in at just right over $100. Again, I'll have a annotation up there so you know for sure, but I think it's an excellent option, especially for the money. I mean, it has your T markings up top. It fits excellent on this Spikes Tactical upper. I mean, it's just all around, I think it's a great option for a nice 15-inch handguard. So the last thing that I want to talk about are these handguard panels, rail panels, whatever you want to call them. As you can probably tell, they do have a nice, cool, like diamond tread pattern to them, so they do look really good. They stay nice and tight on the handguard, and they provide a lot of extra traction when you're grabbing onto the front of this, and it does protect your hand from the heat. I haven't had any issues with the rail getting too hot and burning my hands when I had these panels on here. So they do a great job. They look great. They stay nice and tight. So I really do like those. So guys, that's really all the parts that I've been using in testing. They did send some other ones. I do have the other pistol grip that they sent. This is a rubberized, more reduced angle grip, but since this was kind of similar to the things that I always use, I decided to run this one, and I think it's an excellent option, but I don't see any reason why this one wouldn't be awesome as well. So overall, I think that the Trinity Force AR parts are a great option, especially for those who don't want to spend the money and pay high dollar for the latest and greatest that's out there, or maybe the people who can't spend the money on the latest and greatest, but they still want to deck their ARs out and have the cool rifle with the long handguards on it. If they want to put grips, lights, whatever, the nice grips, the adjustable stocks, whatever, if they're wanting to deck their rifle out for not a whole lot of money, I think this is an excellent option and an excellent way to do so. But anyhow, guys, that's all I've really got to say about the Trinity Force parts. If you want to see, again, prices or selections and stuff, I'll have links down below to the Trinity Force website and to Optics Planet, which I don't know if there's other places who sell it. I know Optics Planet has the Trinity Force stuff for sale. So if you want to see it, want to see more prices, want to see what else is available, those links will be down below. Now, Trinity Force was nice enough to send this to the channel for me to test out and report back to you guys on how I liked it and all that stuff. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pay it forward. Meaning I'm going to take all these accessories off of this rifle and I'm going to give it back to somebody. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do it or when I'm going to do it, but at some point all these are going to be taken off and they're going to go back to somebody who can use them, maybe someone who wants to deck their AR out and don't want to spend the money or don't have the money to deck it out, hopefully that can go to one of you guys who want these parts, who wants to deck out your AR. So definitely stay tuned for that. Like I said, I'm not sure when or how I'm going to do it, but I will be giving these back, paying it forward to one of you guys. But anyhow, guys, that's all I got for you today. Just wanted to give you my thoughts and opinions on the Trinity Force stuff. Really great option, really great budget-minded option, and really glad I got to test these out and share it with you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions or comments about anything in this video, any of these parts, or anything else you see here on the channel, ask those in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to get back with you. And also down below, I have links to my channel sponsors. We got Southeast Traders. They're an online forum for guns, accessories, outdoor stuff, and even automotive stuff. Really great website with a lot of great people. It's free to sign up. I really do think you guys would like it. Link will be down below. And my local gun shop, Shots and Shells, owned by a couple friends of mine. They're great people, have a great shop, lots of excellent prices. If you are in the Midwest, Indiana area, I highly recommend calling them or checking or stopping on in. The link will be down below with all their contact information. I really do think you guys would like the shop. And also I have a link to my Patreon account down below. If you would like to support the channel, the link will be down below. Go over there. You can donate $1 on up to whatever you want, or you don't have to. Just thought I would mention it just in case you want to support the channel that way. But anyhow, guys, I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody subscribing. We'll catch you in the next one.